in the vein of Gilda Radner, Lucille Ball, and for those of you old enough to remember Toady Fields, here she is, straight, excuse me, wrong word, oops, live from Dresher, Ellen Taplin.
I told you we were buying a cow. It's, shit. Oh my God. There's so many people in this fucking audience. Alright, anyway, thank you. It's really scary to be in front of you all here today. God. Making a fool of myself, but I do have to say that making a fool of myself is not uncommon, so I will, it'll be like old hat, so to speak. Anyway, seriously, this is really scary for me. My work colleagues back there will tell you that one of my biggest fears is public speaking. So I'm confronting it today, and the reason why public speaking, by the way, is so scary for me is because every time I have to give a presentation or a speech, I have diarrhea for days. You know, but sometimes that's not a bad thing. Actually, this past week, I lost 20 pounds. Can you tell? Okay, what the fuck's the cards they here? Okay, well, they're funny, you know? The manuscript sucks. Anyway, well, since being a stand-up comic has been one of my hidden dreams, I've actually studied other stand-up comics for years, and I've noticed that some do one-liners, some tell stories, some act out real-life situations, and some do impressions. So because I am so wonderfully talented and creative and flexible, I'm going to try out all four on you tonight. Good looking audience. I don't know. Okay, anyway, we're going to start with the impressions. Okay. So I'm going to start by taking some requests from the audience. Actually, I'm going to start with a request from Jessica. It was planted, you know. Ed Sullivan, all right. Woo! Hold on a minute. Right here on our shoot. We have a really big shoot tonight. Direct from London. It's the Beatles. Bring it on. Now, some of you are old enough to remember this. Larry, you'll remember this. Well, Rochester. Who is it? Right. If not, Char was my plan. She was going to name it. Anyway, I think I'll take some. Wait, here's one. Is this the part of whom I'm speaking? All right. Char, I think I'm going to take some from Saturday Night Live now.
Oh, yeah. Elle, do Gilda Radner doing Emily Little.
Laura, this is yours. What's this thing I hear about the inspection of Iraqi arms? Why aren't we looking up Jewish noses and under Polish armpits? And what's this thing we're doing about...
Emily, Iraqi arms, like missiles, bombs.
Oh, never mind.
Saturday Night Live, how about Molly Shannon doing Mary Kathleen Jennings?
Very embarrassing. Okay. What we do for love. It's really dorky, so bear with me.
Sometimes, when I get nervous, I sweat. And when I do, I like to smell, I
They're quick, so stay with us. Okay, here we go.
A rooster! A wet rooster. Oh, I'm sorry, I fucked up. A cow. I'm a proctologist.
Seriously. Take it seriously, folks. I want to thank you all for being here on my 50th birthday and sharing this very special day with me. So December 8th really was 50 years ago I was born. Having heart palpitations. Anyway, you know, when you celebrate your 50th anniversary, they call it your golden anniversary, right? So I guess this makes this my golden birthday. Funny thing about that word golden has become important to me in recent years. Those of you who play bridge with me will tell you, by the way, I play bridge every Tuesday night. Can you believe it? I mean, is that an indication of being an old fart? Some of my colleague old farts will tell you, Joan, you're a colleague old fart, aren't you? Yeah, Jackie, Jill, Joan, I mean Jackie, Jill, Donna, you know. Anyway, they will tell you that part of what we do in bridge every Tuesday night is we have a discussion amongst the four of us, and we go around the table and we talk a language, not an American language. We talk one heart, two clubs, three spades, and what we're trying to do is come to terms with what game, what suit we're going to play the game in. It's called something called a golden fit. I like to call it a golden shower, but for those, so much for sexual fantasies, so... yeah, it's your sexual fantasy, Joe, not mine. Anyway, now that I am turning 50, that word golden is important to me, but so is that word bridge. And not only because of my Tuesday night escapades. Actually, the word bridge brings up memories of my mom. Yep. I remember going to the bathroom every night and seeing that little yellow thing that she used to drop those tablets in to clean her bridge. Remember those pollen tablets, Howie, right? Yeah. Someday I hope I don't have to wear them. My dentist back there will tell you it. Anyway, next card, Joey, you're fucking up here. Speaking of my mother, see, there's segues in, like, you know, comedy. Anyway, speaking of my mother, I will tell you that now that I'm turning 50, I notice how I'm becoming more like my mother every day. Yeah, Jessica, I'm sure you'll attest to that. And I remember good things and bad things about my mom, though. For example, as she aged, she used to come to our house, and God, this is one memory I will never forget. She used to come to our house, and for those of you who have been there will notice that we have a powder room in our foyer, and you can sit in our den and see the powder room through the foyer. So my mom used to have this habit of going to the bathroom, you know, it's a natural thing to do when you're visiting. And she would go in the bathroom and she'd sit down and she'd leave the door open. So I'm sitting in the den and I'm watching her. It's pretty obnoxious, but anyway. So I'm watching her sit there, and she stands up when she's done after urinating, and she's wiping herself. She leaves her pants around her ankles and she's wiping herself while she's standing up, and I'm thinking, the hell is she doing? Well, now that I'm turning 50, I get it. Something about that last drop. And it isn't Maxwell House. That's the God, anyway. Where are we? Okay. Actually, Joan and I, my friend Joan out here in the audience, will say that as we've aged, we've talked about how we're getting to not only get like our mothers, but we're starting to look like our mothers, right, Joan?
Yes.
You look exactly like her. I saw the picture. Anyway, so we're starting to look like our mothers. So Joan, not only am I starting to look like my mother, I'm starting to smell like my mother. Something about that bathroom thing, I don't know. Anyway. Speaking of my mother, how many of you remember me when I was a little girl? Let me see. Jody, Richie, Marty, yeah. My sister, my brother, my sister-in-law, right? Jody Rickle, where are you, Jody? Yeah. She was 2 years old. Peter, what the fuck? You were in Poland. What do you know? What are you doing, heckling, you know? Come here, break. Jody Rickle lived up the street from me, right? She really remembers me. Anyway, those of you who know me when I was a little girl know that I was a bit overweight. Yeah. Actually, they called it chubby in those days. I was a card-carrying member of the Chubby Club. Yeah, it was, you can laugh, it's okay, I don't want to problem. It's really fun. Anyway, that was employed by Lane Bryant. It was an employee that developed marketing, it was a marketing employee that developed self-esteem in fat kids. Yeah. They would send you these things, if you were a member of the Chubby Club, every month they would send you these magazines with beautiful pictures of kids in clothes, fat kids in clothes. They would say, okay, it's okay to be fat, you know? So if you were a member of the Chubby Club, they would send you these magazines, but they thought they were being discreet. They would wrap them in brown paper packages. The problem was that on the return address, in big bubble letters, it said, the Chubby Club. The mailman would come every month. I would run away from home. Actually, I would waddle. My thighs got chopped. You know what? My thighs still get chopped. Anyway, when I was in the Lane Bryant Chubby Club, I wore a size 12 and a half. It was that half thing that Lane Bryant thought would build the self-esteem. Maybe you were only half as fat as you thought you were. Anyway, eventually I lost that baby fat. Yeah? And when I was about maybe 17 or so, you know what? Why don't I show you? I'll show you the pictures. You want to see my progress? Okay. That's good. Squinty eyes. I look just like Gary, don't I? Anyway, here I am at 9.5. That was not my age, that was my size. I was really 3 months old in this picture. Now, here I am at doing my first stand-up comedy act at Queen Esther. I was at the Purim Bazaar. Pretty bizarre, huh? Okay, now here I am at 15.5. That was not my age, that was my size. Wait, I screwed it up. That was not my size, that was my age. They didn't make ugly dresses like that in half sizes. And here I am when they thin down. Yeah, that's what they call it. They didn't say she stopped shoving Oreos in her mouth. Okay, that's about actually the time that I met Rick. Some of you met Rick, my ex-husband, here in the audience. Rick, there he is, yes. That was the time about that I met Rick, in fact, and as a side note, I should tell you that, Rick and I met when we were at Temple. Yep. Not the synagogue, it was the university. And Rick and I were studying the Zen of cutting classes and pinochle. In the basement of Mitten Hall. How many Temple grads, Eileen? Yes, yeah, Temple grads, remember that? Mitten Hall, all right, woo, Sandy. Okay, actually, Rick will also tell you that he has fond memories, I know, of my mom too. I was speaking of my mom before, and she welcomed him early into the family. In fact, we were dating about 2 weeks maybe, you know. We came home from Temple one day, we were sitting in the den, and my mom came home from work, and she said, oh, Rick, hi, nice to meet you. And she welcomed him into the family by saying, you'll excuse me for a second, I have to take off my girdle, roll down my stockings, and put on my house dress, you know? What was it about our mothers in those days, you know? They were wearing those, like, rolling down their stockings, stuffing their bodies into the girdles, and we were wearing bell-bottoms, they were wearing ugly house dresses, I don't know, you know? Anyway. So I stayed thin, Jessica, for about the next 12 to 15, maybe 20 years or so. Can you see it? Because I want you to remember, I really was thin at some point in my life. Here I am. Actually, there's another picture, Jess. Let's move it along. Here I am dating Char, right? And here I am in drag with Char. Yeah, we were doing a stand-up comedy routine in that picture at the Bally's in New Jersey. Anyway, I stayed thin for the next 12, 15, 20 years or so. And actually, I have to read this one. Oh, right, okay. You know, and I lost or gained about the same 15 pounds. It was funny, I gained 15 pounds, I lost 15 pounds, I gained 10 pounds, I lost 15 pounds. The problem was, after all those years, all those pounds I lost, they all found me at the same time. Yeah. But you know what, despite all that, I swore I would never, again, be a member of the Chubby Club. Nope. So as you can see, I am a woman of my word. A woman of conviction. Because I am not a member of the Chubby Club. I'm officially a member of the Fat Club. You know what? And Lane Bryant, they're sending me the mailers again. but they're not wrapped in brown paper packages, no. Lane Bryant, they came out of the closet too. You know, and they're marketing in the real world, no more half sizes. 20s, 22s, 24s. And they now have a euphemistic thing that they added to things. They no longer call it chubby sizes, they call them women's sizes. They added W after the name. So you don't have to go into the department store and say, excuse me, where's the chubby club? You say, excuse me, where's the women's size? But you know what, Stan, you'll like this one. You don't have to look very far. You just look at the other people turning sideways to get through the aisles. Like, you know, it's the other shelf asses, right? Anyway, you know, I have to ask you, if they know that you're a bit well endowed and you need a little bit more room to fit into your clothes, don't you think they'd give you a little more room before the aisles, you know, between the aisles as well? Some people have told me, though, that, Ellen, you should stop being worried about your weight. Because at this point in your life, you should be proud of who you are. And if you are, if you're upset about it, just go to Weight Watchers. Now, who are they kidding? You think I'm going to go somewhere where they watch me gain weight? Anyway. Oh, you identify with that, too? Anyway, at the age of 50, I do have to say that I have, you know, really come to terms with who I am. And actually, I'm proud of the woman who I am today. Actually, I am proud of the woman I am today, because I've really used my experiences in life, and I consider them my wisdom of my years. But I do have to say that my wisdom. What? I forget a point. I'm ad-libbing, don't you know? Anyway, see the cue cards, the comedians, it's not like fake, you know, they just practice. Been practicing all week, why do you think I have to leave work early? Anyway, I do have to say that I am proud of who I am, and I really accept myself for who I am, because at the age of 50, I totally and completely look exactly like my mother. And I have the bucket breasts to prove it. Seriously though, I do have to say that I am proud of where I've gone. Oh, one more thing I do have to say. We paid for this lunch, so you're going to have to sit through the whole thing. It's not the last thing. Just hang in there. I do want you to know that I have come to terms with who I am, and I'm proud of my womanhood. And it is my experiences that have brought me to this point, but it's not my personal experiences. It's because of all the people out here who have brought wonderful wealth and loving aspects to my life, and I appreciate all of you being here, so thank you all, by the way. But there's also one person who has brought enrichment and wonder to my life, who has helped me to grow. Jessica, shut up! Anyway, there is one person who has brought wonder and enrichment to my life, who has shared the past 11 years with me, who has helped me to become the woman that I am today. And I'd like to thank her and bring her up here now because, what, did I screw up again? What? Oh, right, I forgot. Okay, because if I am Lily Tomlin, she is Jane Wagner. And if I am the Lone Ranger, she is Tonto. And if I am the Master, she's the bait. So Char, come up here and join me.
Happy birthday, happy 50th. This is really exciting to be here. It's the first time in a long time Ellen and I are both in the same age range at the same time.
Not for long, she'll be 60, March 19th.
I want to say that I'm really excited for Ellen, for her 50th birthday. It's wonderful to be here with all of our friends and family at Brasserie Perrier, not just because it's wonderful food here, but I'm thrilled that the party is here because I did not have to take my shoes off when I came. And I don't have to vacuum when everybody leaves. Any of you who've been to our house, you know when you come to our house, you take your shoes off. No. We all know that Ellen's name is synonymous with clean.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, right. I'll tell you a little story. When I first met Ellen, first time I came to her house, she invited me to her house. I walk up to the door, I ring the bell, she opens the door, and the first thing she says to me, take off your shoes. I thought, oh my God, I'm already making headway. She's asking me to take off my clothes. Then I had this thought, maybe she has a foot fetish. For those of you who have been to our house and have taken off your shoes, she has a foot fetish. No, I'm only kidding.
You know, Char,
Wait a minute. I'm not going to
lines.
Wait a minute.
Sorry.
I just want to tell you, there is a new rule. There is a new rule when you come to our house. You will still have to take off your shoes, but in addition, you will have to put those Swiffers on your feet.
You know, my niece Beth heard that. She said, that's a good idea. Anyway, Char may be making fun of me, but she's gotten with the program. I did this after 11 years. She's buying Lysol in addition to the Intimates cake. What? We don't have hecklers, you know? Anyway. It's not on the cue cards. Anyway, she's buying Lysol every week. In addition to her Entenmann's cake, and she's even gotten rid of some of her pack rat tendencies. Except when it comes to the newspapers. The newspapers, you know, some of you know that we have a beach house, and we go to the beach house on the weekends, right? And during the summer, we go to the beach house for a week or two at a time. Well, Char won't let me cancel the newspapers, no. She says they have to be delivered. And poor Debbie and Ron, Debbie's here today, Ron couldn't be, but they have to pick them up. They're our extra neighbors, and they have to pick them up every day. So Debbie and Ron get hernias at the end of the 2 weeks. You know, they're schlepping them over, and they give them Char. She has to read every paper, cover to cover.
Why didn't you get them delivered down the shore?
This is our routine. Shut up! You have no better than this! What a great idea! Anyway, we didn't write that line. Anyway, so Char gets them delivered, and she reads every paper cover to cover, but she's made some progress. She reads Sunday first, then Saturday, then Friday, then Thursday. She likes to know the endings first.
Well, actually, Elle, it does have to do with the endings, but what it really has to do with is missing the obituaries. I mean, those of you who know me know that I love to read the obituaries. I save obituaries that are unusual. Well, I mean, the thing is, you never know whose name I might have missed in there. And besides, I look for my own, and if I don't see it, I know I'm good for another day. You know, Elle, now that you're turning 50, you'll be reading the obituaries. You'll be at the endings.
Speaking of endings, how many of you who know Char know that her stories are never ending? Joan, right? Yeah, right. We're out with Char in an evening with our friends, and they say, come on, Char, like, get to the point, right, Mary? Get to the point already. What's the point, Char? Come on.
But Elle, the problem is that since menopause, I can't remember the point. Since menopause, we don't remember much of anything, Elle. I mean, just the other day, we were trying to remember a movie that we saw just last week. Remember that movie, Elle?
Who are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know, that actress with the blonde hair, what was the name of that?
Oh, yeah, the one who's married to the guy with the,
No, the other guy.
Oh, that guy, absolutely. Good thing we communicate so well.
Yeah, right. We communicate so well that we don't even have to finish half of our conversations. I mean, especially when we fight. We have the same 37 fights over and over again.
You know what? It's great. We fight. I say, Char, that's fight 22. I win. It's over.
Yeah, from her perspective, she wins all the fights.
You know what, Char? There's one thing I do remember, and you'll remember this too.
What's that?
The middle of the night.
You're the DJ, shut up! Elle, I don't remember. What about the middle of the night?
You know how we never sleep?
Oh, no, Elle. You sleep, I listen. Let me tell you what happens. Ellen has bad dreams every night. She screams, she talks in her sleep. Anything scary. She watches a Bambi movie, she has a nightmare. All right, so it's the middle of the night, all right? I'm still up watching TV. I wait for her to fall asleep. I know she's sleeping because she's...
It's a family thing.
Yeah.
I know. Can I tell you, Gary, you doing?
I get the flipper. I'm flipping the stations, all right? I'm going through. I'm looking for shows. I know she's asleep that I can finally watch. Unsolved Mysteries. America's Most Wanted.
Sure. You know what? I marry a clown. We don't get to watch sitcoms now. We get to watch, read obituaries and read death stories. In fact, wait a minute. It's not your line yet. Just last week, it was Hanukkah, right? So her kids, one of her children, not Elisa, but the other child, the son from California, Eric and Jody, his wife, sent us a gift. So what did they send us? They sent a normal gift, Char. Here's what they sent her. Strange deaths. More than 375 freakish fatalities. Is that morbid or what? I swear to God, that was her gift. Elisa, I know you'll like this.
All right. So picture this, though. Let's get back to what we were talking about. It's the middle of the night, right? I'm flipping through stations, okay? She's sound asleep. All of a sudden, this theme music comes on. I hear her. She says, "Get it off! Get it off!" And that's only the theme for the infomercial.
You know, speaking of infomercials, it's funny. Here's a typical night at our house. It's 3 a.m. in the morning. Most people are sleeping. Now, what are we doing? Channel 37, watching an infomercial.
Oh, yeah. Actually, we saw a great one last week. It was astonishing.
It was good.
Yeah, it was about this hair removal stuff.
Well, you know what? Let's show them.
Oh, great idea. I'll show you what we mean.
So it's the middle of the night. Why are you not laughing, Dad? What's in this? Not funny. What's he funny?
Yeah,
So it's the middle of the
all
night.
right, we're watching this. All right, you ready?
You like this picture?
All right. Now, this is a great infomercial. What do you think?
What do you think of this stuff, Joe? Do you think it really works?
I don't know. It's like this hair removal stuff. The guy looked like a gorilla before. Now he's got a bare ass. What do you think?
I don't know. What do you think? You know what? I'll get the credit card.
Yeah, get the credit card. 3 o'clock in the morning.
Hello, I'd like to buy the Smooth and Spray Wipe Away. Well, how much is it for a 5-year supply? And that includes the lip and the armpit removal, too. Okay, we'll take it.
Do you believe this? 3 a.m. and we're buying lip, armpit, and leg hair removal.
You know what, Short? I'm having a hot flash. I gotta get rid of this thing.
So what else is new? I'll tell you, since menopause, we both have hot flashes every night. We start out, socks, flannel pajamas, and by the middle of the night, we're naked. Yeah, let's show them what we mean.
Great idea.
Nah, only a joke. Actually, only a joke, folks. But we did think that that would have been a great... What are you doing now? She's cleaning up. This is not correct. I'm right over the floor and doing that. She's still cleaning up. Anyway, we thought that would have been a great finale. The two of us standing here before all of our wonderful people, totally naked. But Elle thought we should be Elle thought we should leave something to your imagination. So instead, for our closing, we have decided to do the duet. But since I'm pitch deficient and cannot carry a tune, Ellen is going to sing the whole duet. And I'm going to stand here and tap my foot.
No, dear. We're doing it together. We're making assholes of ourselves together.
All right, you asked
Okay,
for
here
it.
we go.
Here we
You
go.
gotta turn on the music. All right,
When you-
Lisa, hit the button. Fuck up.
When we first met, it was 91 at the Club 2-4. I looked at you thinking Valentine.
I looked at you, thought bottle of wine.
Walked up to you, asking to dance, hoping for romance.
I said, I'm sorry, too sweaty for more. I'm stepping out the door.
I'm sweaty too, but your sweat is so sensual, so I'll be with you.
So we both moved on to the floor,
Dancing to the beat, moving together, birds of a feather, attracted like two dogs in heat. Start back in 91, happiness for all our lives. We'd be together forever and ever, and be each other's wives.
Then there were the things I wasn't sure about. Her crown job and the shedding dogs. But I'd wait and see. A lawyer had been a much better deal. But a crown was